like to give the floor to Mohammed Osman Tarık, Deputy Minister of the Republic of the Afghanistan, Ministry of Hajj and Religious Affairs. He is going to talk to us about Afghan Hajj process, code in transition of old and new practices. The floor is yours.
In English, I hope you will hear it in Arabic in Turkey through translation. The research I done that's on Afghan Hajj process caught in transition of old and new practices. I went through this process and made agenda for this presentation, general information about the Afghan Hajj, institutional background, legal framework, Hajj budget and cost per Haji, Hajj process and practices, old process and practices, a halfway implemented strategy, 2011 to 2015, the Afghanistan Hajj development challenges and opportunities, the way forward. I know the limitation of time. I hope I will be on time. General information. The Ministry of Hajj and Religious Affairs is the key ministry responsible for addressing religious affairs. One of the most important religious mandate attended by the ministry is the annual Hajj to the Holy Land of Mecca in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The ministry is responsible for providing all necessary services for the Hujjaj, membering to 30,000 before, during, and after the Hajj session. The number of Hujjaj is different from different countries. Afghanistan began this with Hujjaj in 1960s and 1970s from home. 3,000 were traveling by year in 2000. Unfortunately, we don't have data for Hajj before 2004, because that is destroyed during the war in a conflict in Afghanistan, which we have that is 2004 to 2019, because we didn't have Hajj. It started from 24,100 in 2004, and then going up to 35,000 in 2010, and then coming down to 24,100 in between 2013 and 2016, and then up in 2017 to 2019 to 30,000. The percentage of Hujjaj by gender in year is different. It started from 2004 being 20% female and 80% male, and then coming up to 28% female and 70% male in 2019. There was discrepancies in 2008 and 2009, especially in 2008, because some of the Hujjaj was taken by travel agencies, the business sector. And the number is not clear, but the total number was 10,000. About the age of the Hujjaj from Afghanistan, 41% is above 51, and 57% is between 26 and 50. 2% are below 25 or below. However, during the period of time from 2004, 25% below 49 was increased to 45,000 in 2019, and above 50 from 75% decreased to 55% in 2019. It means the age ranges changing year by year. I think the reason we're told by colleagues during other session in last 2 days that the people were thinking we have to go at the end of our age to Hajj, then come and not do sin and fault and be clear and clean going to Maut. Legal framework. Hajj Directorate has a regulation for Hajj and Umrah affairs, while there was no such regulatory framework for Hajj and Umrah before 2017. There were terms of references for different committees created by Hajj process that have been changing every year before the Hajj process began. Institutional background. In 1970s, Awqaf and Hajj office moved and that was connected to the Prime Minister office in 1973. These two units were promoted to Directorate level in 1979 and then to the ministry level in 1983. In 1996, it was demoted to be a section of Justice Ministry. In 1998, re-promoted to the ministry level. In 2002, name changed to the Ministry of Irshad, Hajj and Awqaf. Hajj budget and cost per Haji. Hajj was a year-by-year process till 2011. Every year they started to announce and then to register Hajis and then take the expenses from them in 3 installments and then take them to Hajj. But that was through Qura. But in 2011, there was a process started to register Hujjaj and receive the first installment of Hajj money from Hujjaj, about 500 per Haji. It took us to have money collected through pre-Hajj registration of Hujjaj. Thus, the Hajj money has been saved in the bank without any usage through Islamic methods of business, about $45 million. We already have around 87,000 of Hujjaj registered. This is the ratio of cost per Haji. It started to be the lowest one in 2016, $2,300 per Haji, and then went up. However, it was very high in 2004, 5, and 6, about $3,280 per Haji. The cost differences average $2,848 per Haji, but it was very up 15% from the average in 2004 to 2006, and then coming down to 19% in 2016. Hajj processes procedure. Old process in practice, a halfway implemented strategy 2011-2015. The old process was started by announcing the Hajj process, and then, I don't have it here. It was like a kind of process to start it from the announcement of Hajj in Safar al-Muzaffar, then going. No problem. Oh, I can. Yeah, the minister was creating committees, and then the process was starting, going to register Hujjaj and have them selected through Qura. And that was coming to the payment of final installment, the first installment of Hujjaj, who were selected through Qura to go to Hajj of that year. Then the second installment and the final was taken, and there was traveling preparation, visa, passport, and everything. Yeah, I can. Thank you. And this, I think this is very small. Yeah, my eyes. So then every year we were selecting airlines, and there was a procurement process going on. And every year we had medical team to be selected. Every year we have to have the contract of building and contract of food in Saudi Arabia. And that was about a very long process to go with. And we had a Basatul Hujjaj, about 350 people going, and 680 Murshid or Muallim were going to be with Hajis in group of 45, 1%. Then there was a new thought that it has to become as a strategy which was going to be implemented 2011-2015. The strategy was developed in that had a new system, first come and first go. But unfortunately, after the strategy is completed, it was not implemented except the one point, which take money from Hajis and register them before Hajj. There was no database system for that, which we will talk in the challenges and opportunities. The new strategy is not implemented as required, the new entity not created and has not been done according to the strategy. Implementation of first come and first go rule required, but it was not possible because of not having strong digital system as to be for the system. Discrepancies and inconsistency within the data entry in databases. We still have 3 databases. Each one is created from different field of data, and they are not connected to each other. The older system distribution of Hajj seats were done by stratification at the provincial level. The only element of the strategy that has been implemented is pre-registration of Hajj. First installment of Hajj candidates generated opportunity of having a fund of above $50 million. The strategy requires using Hajj fund for profit making, using Qura method instead of first come and first go method, which was required by the new strategy. Distribution of Hajj seats based on provincial population, not based on the registration of Hajj in each provinces. Non-equal registration created circumstances, documents destruction at the provincial level, delay in contracting of buildings. The way forward.
Çok özür diliyorum Sayın Bakan.
Distinguished Deputy Minister.
The way forward. The system developed was completed at the second half of February 2021. It means these are the new activities. All other databases were examined for synchronization, for proposal or developed and approved by Hajj National Committee, making scanned copies of all Hajj documentation to prevent sudden loss of 2 schemes for Hajj Development Fund, creation of automatic messaging mechanism through Hajj system, reduction in change of Hajj-related employees. A strategy to bring Umrah under the government monitoring and supervision. Still, we don't have Umrah under the monitoring of the government. It's all going by travel agencies. To have data automatically transferred to the electronic system of Saudi Arabia. To have long-term air services contract or to invest on air services. Thank you. Astaghfirullah li wa lakum wa lisa'iril mu'minin. Wa salamu alaykum.
Well, thank you, the Religious Affairs Minister from Afghanistan. Well, I just have a couple of questions. I know about the time limitations, but since we're talking about the Hajj organization of different countries, in fact, dear Deputy Minister, you talked about the Qura system, the selection system. So would you give a few more sentences about this Qura system? What kind of Qura selection system is it? Currently in Turkey, we implement a Qura system with coefficients, the factors. So there are people who get registered and are waiting. For example, they got registered in 2008 or 2009, and they are still waiting. We give priority to those people. So in Afghanistan, do you have a similar system, or is it just purely a Qura system? Is it just a simple Qura, a lot drawing system? So what kind of Qura system? And also, would you inform us very briefly about the accommodation system, because you completed your speech very timely. Can you provide us information about these 2 topics, please?
The distribution of Hajj seats, like 30,000, was done based on population of each provinces, not based on the registered Hajis. This is one point which is considerable, because we have 500 registered in one province, but the province received 1,000 seats for Haji because of the population. It means there are lack of 500 others, and that has to be transferred at the last seconds to other provinces where we have more registration. In the provinces where there is not enough seats given by the population number, that is coming to be like we have Kandahar with 8,500 Hajis registered, and they paid their money from 1991 until now. But the saham they received, that is 1,084. For that reason, among 8,500 registered Hajis, they have to have Qura, which make them coming to go to Hajj for that year. In that way, we have left some Hajis who registered in 1991 until now. And some, based on Qura, some of them registered in 1998, they went. At the same time, another point is that they had a schedule for the Hujjaj of those provinces where we have more registration for years. The last Haji from Afghanistan who already registered in 1998, in 1997, will go to Hajj in 2040, sorry, in 2040. And that's the problem we have. Yeah. Thank you. I hope I responded to you.
Gerçekten
Well, thank you. You answered in a very comprehensive and satisfactory way. Thank you very much for the answer. It was very satisfactory.